Be nice. Be nice. That's how it be, right? Which gets me just jump right in. Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That is me, the Babbler. That is me on this evolutionary, revolutionary rise that's happening right now. Now is our only time. And that's just kind of how it is, isn't it, right? These cycles of life. I feel divinely inspired to give it a go. I was gonna go get more rest because I was catching up on some rest. Why are you going crazy, you crazy cat? Eps. Baby. Be nice. Okay, right? So, Happy New Year's. 2021. Right? The last video I did was what Spirit's warning about what not to take into 2021, right? I feel like this is a continuation, and this is divinely inspired after listening to Bridget Rouse, Divine Essentials. My animals are everywhere. Her most where are you going? Her most recent video about entering 2021, right? Which is similar to the notion of what I was saying in my video, which was what Spirit's warning, like what not to bring into 2021. So I'll actually link it because it's very powerful and informative and wise. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna do that with me back here. Come, move from there. Okay? Thanks. Sorry, that sound drives me nuts. So, real talk. I don't want to hear that in my ear. So I haven't watched one of her videos in a while, and I was listening to it while driving, auditory. I was listening while driving, and to hear of her, stop it! Gosh. Right, to hear that she's going through similar things, right? Not nice things, crazy things, hateful things, right? And, just not bringing that into 2021, right? And just thinking about, like, how does one completely not bring that when it's brought to, right? And so, this reflection, this introspection, this gathering, this accountability, this consciousness, this mindfulness, this elevation, this evolution, this is you being responsible for you, right? I'm responsible for me. I am accountable for the actions that I choose to take, act upon, right? Centered in full alignment I am with my divine self. This I know. I rise in full command, confidence. I stand empowered, empowering. But first, to know thyself, I know this to be truth. That when I align with this kind of rhyme, I rise so cute. And the external environment that might want to low vibe in your vicinity can only occur when you allow that infiltration to penetrate, you know what I mean? Because you can't stop, right, certain things. You can't control the behaviors. Oh, you can, but listen, for just, fudge purposes, okay, we're just gonna say, like, everybody to each their own. You are responsible for you. You should hold yourself accountable for you. And I gotta stay. And she said something too that I always say all the time. I always say to Brother Bear all the time, or just, people in general, like, stay your lane. We cool to just stay your lane. That's all, right? Like, and that's a great vibe to block off any kind of infiltration that wants to attempt to come in. But we are on this human experience, right? Our soul discovery, having this human experience. Um, we're not exempt from sometimes, even though we know better and have cycled this out before, and we're being triggered a little bit more to heal a little bit deeper so that we can truly clean out a cycle, right? Like, think about it. Like, what is coming up to the surface that could ruffle your feathers now that need not no longer be, right? So, and I was thinking about that kind of thing. And, everybody, everybody, like everybody, no, not everybody, but just saying, like, everything comes from a root of something, whether it be your conditioning, your behavioral patterning, conditioning, that kind of stuff, your life experience, like your upbringing, all these things factor in all the variables of how one might possibly turn out to be, like, right? And so the people that you might be encountering that are not nice, like, literally, I thought about it. Like, yesterday, I was driving, right? Because I work every day, okay? Like, people can celebrate whatever holidays that they want. Holidays is a great day for me to go make money, okay? And it's not even just about the money or anything like that, but I'm just accustomed to getting up and doing what I need to do because I know exactly what it feels like to not be able to rely on anything else but, like, let's say one income, right? Or it's just that conformity to a society of a 9 to 5 kind of thing, and how long I've worked to create certain kind of things, right? And so you got to evolve into that kind of development that is you. It's an evolution too, right? So you got to align properly and appropriately as you continue to grow. You can't stay in the same place, right? Even if it's just mental plane, right? You can't stay acting the same way that you were when you're growing up and seeing it differently. You can't behave the same, or you're gonna be stuck in that way. Like, some people be stubborn for days, right? What was the whole point of that? I don't even know. But anyways, so right, there we go. I'm gonna breathe this in. So that's the revolution. That's the evolution right now. That this healing the childhood wound, right? Or whether it be from past life or this life, but from another timeline, right? Of an experience that has created certain kind of allowances of where one might not even be conscious of the vibration in their auric field, their energy field, that allows for formations of those kind of energies to even be in the vicinity. You get what I mean? And so here you are being given a newer, because if nothing gets healed or nothing gets fixed or nothing gets resolved, right, it's going to show itself eventually. We're not going to go in here, put a time clock on anything. That's an illusion. But it's going to show up, and it's going to keep cycling, whether it be in the same shape, different form, or what, or just, resurfacing, right? How many people can live in their mind off of a traumatic event? I know. I come from trauma. I understand anxiety, depression, being sad and acting glad anyways, right? Because you gotta do what you gotta do. despite the world falling apart around you, you rise, soldier, right? I come from that line of a line where we take care of everything. The feminine in her masculine energy because she got to hold on the fort. I get it. Raised my daughter all on my own. I get it. Right. And so the experience that I've experienced these last couple of months because of being introduced from someone who draws that in their energy field. And so, I had an experience with a whole other energy field that I haven't been around in quite some time. And I'm not pointing my fingers in any kind of way because, this is the lesson of the day where there was stuff for me to learn as well, and I'm still learning. Right? Because that's how it is. I'm forever a student of life in general. I don't claim or profess to know absolutely everything because I don't know shit. But I trust and I know what I have been shown to know and trust and feel because I see. It goes deep. Right? So, so here we are. So what part of this experience was being illuminated, right? Full moon bloom, right? Full moon bloom. What is being illuminated here for me to rise, my dear? In my own evolution, you see. Because I know that there's something in here for me. Help me to see with such clarity so that I can heal the part of me that's hurt by this. Right? You could be spiritual. You could be evolutionized. You could be strong. I'm fucking strong, okay? That doesn't make you exempt from feelings. And especially when people are cruel. Knowing damn motherfucking well I don't deserve that shit. Right? So I was listening to Bridget video, which I'll link, and she was saying, the allowance of these energies, like, cut it off for 2021. And it's just in alignment with this, and going back to New Year's Eve, so she's going through similar stuff too in terms of a psychopath on her trail, right? And I've dealt with my psychopath over 10-15 years ago, so I understand that. Right? We've been there. I don't wish that on nobody. It's not a fun feeling to fear for your life or to be stalked and harassed. It makes you feel like you gotta keep looking over your shoulder. That ain't cool. But in dealing with these catty ass people and the snake of a liar of a friend, right? Exposed. That's the truth. And just the hateful vibes for no reason, just because people are not secure or happy with themselves, and so they project onto you and feel some type of way about you and make you try to feel invisible or like they are not all, right? Or like the stealing or the copying or the Like, you know, and she mentioned all these things in her video, right? And think about it. You can stay stuck in the act of all that's going on externally from you. You could just fucking let it go. So let's fucking let it go. That song comes on. Because I don't need friends. They don't want to see somebody like me doing better than them. Can't believe how a witch got rich. Tell a hater that's singing, you know. I don't know, but that's what I hear. I don't even run. They don't want someone like me doing better than them. Well, I don't know. That song. Right? So, yeah, so I'm going to link her video because it's very powerful and I love her articulation and she is very wise, you know, and more power to her. Send her healing prayers of love and protection. Right? And some removals. Right? Right? No longer tolerating people and their fakeness. That was another word she used, fakeness. Right? You know it. Right? If you're one of my genuine followers, that not the stalker ones and the hater ones, right? Right? Or the ones taking notes to use as their own material or something or feel inspired, right? Those. I'm not talking about those. The ones that genuinely watch and all this kind of stuff. You guys are powerful. In tune. Evolving. Doing the work. Right? Awake. Beautiful. Inside and out. Right? Not bitter. You better. You're not bitter. You better. You're not bitter. My tribe is not bitter. Nor are they a hater. I know that for real. They get hate on though. My tribe gets hated on and funked with and betrayed and like backstabbed because witches, they're not even witches. Remove that W and put that B there. Because witches are powerful and they don't do that catty shit. Hey. 5 of coins. I wanted to come out reverse too, but this came out the other day too when I was doing, I'm still doing the last unicorn. Right? And how I said before that, you know, she's worried. This person here is worried. Right? So, right? But I was talking to my divine, right? Feminine soul tribes, right? No more being worried. Because our time is now. The wheel is in our favor. Right? Right. Oh, so, right. Let me go back to my storyline. Forgive my babbles of all that in between. You know, if that's not with you, you can click off. You know what I mean? But I appreciate each and every one of you that are here. So thank you. So yeah, the New Year's Eve, I'm driving. Because I was working. Right? Right? Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started about the audacity of people. But anyways. So I'm driving and I don't know if I shared my recent. I'm not gonna go and I'm not gonna bring this. Like I said, we're not bringing these things into 2021, and really, truly, it's gonna be taken care of, and it's in the process of being taken care of, anyways, right? So you know, you got the hateful hyenas, right? Dealing with, and then, it was the day before my birthday that I had woken up to death threats and information that it wasn't funny to quit, right? And just, it wasn't pleasant. And so how to deal with that, and the calls, and and the death threats and stuff like that. So I thought, like, things had gotten taken care of. That's my daughter playing VR, so in the background you hear yelling. And so whatever, so I dealt with it the best that I could then, right? Like, whatever. And then New Year's Eve, I'm driving because they called on my business line, and they messaged me on my business line. So I'm not, like, whatever. I don't know how to block, so I saved their number as block this number. That's how I saved it. So I'm driving, and my business line rings, and it says block this number, and I'm like, so I answer, because so I answer, and the person on the other end starts screaming at the top of their lungs, "I'm gonna fucking kill you! I'm gonna fucking kill you!" And I tried to tolerate it for as long as I could before having to hang up, because I really was trying to see if I recognized that voice. Intuitively, I know the crew, or I feel like I know who's doing this, right? Which I got a lot of stuff that I have to deal with right now. Okay. But I think of the times, and I think about my journey, and I think about my current placement, and my alchemy, and my evolution, and just, what's going on right now in our whole entire world, and just, the things that are happening. And the more that I align, the more I'm attacked, right? But that's also a conditioned behavioral view. So 2021, like, even bigger than that, right? Like, what are we taking into this, even in our belief systems, right? Because why I carried that thought frame too, the more I align and alchemize, the enemy's gonna attack, right? Spiritual warfare, right? I really advise many of you to join my Evolve Into It coaching, because I will be giving exclusive information, especially for dealing with this kind of spiritual warfare and just navigating it. It's the Empath's Guide to Survival. Okay? Ace of Cups. Right? So let's see. What card are we gonna get right now? No longer are we gonna walk around worried, or just like questioning our beliefs. Like, you've seen too much to question now. You know too much to think that, like, the more that you awaken to you and the honor of you, the tolerance of external things become more strict. And it's not so much strict, because that's just the word I want to use, but it's just like, okay, I can only share from life experience here, but like, when I was with Psycho, and I use that name because I'm not going to say his name. You don't need any kind of validation, and he holds no power over me anyways. I'm just sharing this for life experience purposes and for healing. Okay? And relatability, so that you can take with it at what resonates, right? Just for the grander picture of, the greater picture of the whole that's being represented here, right? And what was the whole point? It's gonna come back. I just saw the star, right? It's gonna come back in the full. So there's just, like, what was I gonna say? Ace of Coins, right? Right. So when it was with Psycho, what was I gonna say? Laughter, healing laughter. I did a lot of that. I laughed when all I wanted to do was cry. I've cried into my laughter. Right? What was I gonna say? Wait a minute. So I think the gist of what it was I was trying to say, because now I want to talk about this card, was, it's just be patient with yourself, right? But before I lose it again, right? When I was with Psycho, wow. Right. Okay. So when I was with him and I left, right? Um, in order to never attract that kind of energy again, I had to really go through healing. I am an activist in celibacy in terms of, but in a very non-traditional way. Because if I'm going to meet the lover that's for me, that's going to be the lover that's going to be for me, and we're going to, do some things, and that's just the way it's going to be, right? Divine love. Ooh, yes, free, curly and free, but typically, and I haven't had many relationships, so I go years in between lovers, right? That's just being real. So I think I'm going on year 5 now. I'm patient, okay? Temperance, strong Sag, my chart, right? And honorable, because I'm at a point in my life where I treasure my temple. So I'm not looking for a hit with bam. Sleeping with somebody is the most easiest thing I'm hit on every day. Like, that's all anybody wants to do. Can I have you? Can I make you feel? I'll make myself feel good. Right? Tell me something else. Something different. Not what you think you're gonna do to me. What makes you think you can? Right? So, like, it's just interesting. And, but it doesn't take away from my sexuality, my comfortability with that, too. Because I'm very divinely feminine and in tune with my body, my temple, right? So, when you continue to align on that kind of truth with yourself and that embodiment within you, right, you become intolerable to things that are not in alignment or cohesive with that kind of line of energy you give to yourself. Like, imagine you treat yourself lovingly all the time, and somebody come in and be like, bitch, and like, it doesn't mean you have to be combative, but it's like for me, it'd be like, gotta hear with that bullshit. You don't talk to me like that. Now I can go at it. Done that a million times. Or leave you to yourself. You talk to yourself like that. People hate arguing with me now. Right? I'm like, who are you talking to like that? Talking to yourself. See you later. Hope you get in a better mood. Right? Like, cut off, right? That's what my sword is for. Right? Cut, right? I have strong aqua in my chart too. Right? So, like, so that's how it is. Right? So, this recent experience, right, that has resurfaced, right, that shows childhood wounds, like, of just unhealed, unfinished things, right? I never got to resolve any of that kind of bullying or meanness, cruelty from other children, or, things that people just not nice, right? And that's the thing. If it's not in your vibrational field and you see it as it is, like, truly as it is, like, let it go immediately. Like, why seed more memory cells with this thing that is gonna attach itself and, you know, to have to later be redone in some kind of way or transmuted or something, you know? So anyways, I don't know where that was all going, but the Ace of Coins is here, right? The Ace of Coins is here. There's new opportunity. There's new opportunity for wealth, stability, business, love, expansion, fertility, commitment, partnership, abundance, fun, here, tangible, in the earthly realm, because Pentacles is earth, right? So don't let these mofos bring you down to your level, because you keep rising, right? Keep rising. And it's not that you're provoking. And if they're smart, they stay their lane. They can say whatever they want to say, but who hears what when irrelevant gets casted away? I don't even hear you. So it's not my problem. Right? And then what if you're being gang stalked or targeted, right? I'm going to share as I handle with care. But in the meantime, my vibration, I'm responsible for. I'm accountable for. I'm mindful about. They tried to ruffle me with death threats into my new year. They don't get that satisfaction. I had a wonderful ring in to my new year. Thankful. I am. Stop it! One more card, because I gotta go. You know, these Enchantressly Babbles YouTube channel is entertainment for your entertainment. This is free press, free express. This is my blog out loud. This is the healing station, activation, like code, encode, upload, friendly episode, love bug, muse, like, everything. And so it's either you dig it or you don't. Either way, I'm divinely led, guided, protected to do as I do, and I shall continue. And in this space created in alchemy, we are all protected, receiving beautiful, wonderful healing energies, mind, body, heart, and soul that is freeing us every single time. I heard Eminem's song, I'm not afraid to take a stand, something like that. I don't know the words, but either way, exclusive content on how to handle these mofos spiritually, evolve into a coaching portal system. For as little as $555 a month, you can have access into the portal system, into exclusive information. Shouldn't know what else. Because of Five of Swords, I saw that. Betrayal. Not so nice people around, right? To you, beautiful souls, right here. You're gorgeous. Inside and out. Breathe that in. My presence is healing. Spirit is always revealing all that is of the most highest of good for me. I see with clarity, guided in wisdom, I act in love. There's no questioning truth. That's how I know. For those who wish harm, for their deactivate instantly. Every cord cut of power they think they have, they don't. Healing evolution for us all. So would it be? Woe to the mofo who thinks differently. Una más. One more card. Ooh. Ace of Wands. Got some aces up in here, aces up in here, aces up in here. Lots of new, beautiful, wonderful things that we are passionate about too. Coming into our power. The last unicorn. I know who I am. I rise in power, therefore I am powerful. I'm gonna read that one. Go read that one from here. The now mortal Lady Amalthea cups her hands below a dazzling unicorn horn. A reminder of her past self, which radiates a bright and inspiring light from the tip and encircles both woman and the distant castle beyond her. She leans away, closing her eyes in an act of vulnerable surrender. Pathways that were closed to her as a unicorn are now open. Vibrant flowers blossom around her, hinting at growth yet to come. A world of possibilities awaits if she follows the guiding light her intuition provides, even if there are challenges to overcome along the way. A spark of potential for growth in matters of the spirit is blossoming inside of you. You may have an inkling of an idea that you wish to pursue but have been hesitant about. Breathing life into this spark can see it grow into a healthily blaze. There is great promise of success should you act quickly on new opportunities, though it will be up to you to fan the flames with your devotion and efforts. Yes. Whew. And so, happiest now to you always. For there's always a choice about how you want to receive external energies. Slam the door in their face. Off with their heads. For you are not allowed here until you learn how to rise to my level. And come at me that nastiness. What's your problems? Go get tissue and call somebody else that's on your vibration. See? They wish you well. Right? And so now, here we are in our growth, evolving. So wonderful. You sexy beast. Right? Yeah. You got your unicorn horns. You got your power. Baby Yoda says you got your power. See? Oh, I can't hear you. Maybe. I'm gonna play a song. And send healing vibrations to you. You are powerful. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are wise. You are infinite. You are in control of how you are wanting to do things. I gotta go. Maybe you're looking at boo-boo over here. We don't talk about that. Have a wonderful, wonderful every moment now, because every moment now is what absolutely counts. Because now is all we ever really truly have. So whatever dimension you wake up on is the dimension that you're conscious of. Remember that we're multidimensional, and there's so many things going on here. You gotta go between the layers, my dear, and you gotta do the things you love passionately here. So no longer need you to grab to the things that want to attach themselves to you to deprive you of what is yours, that is magnificent. The cornucopia. Cornucopia. I just feel this really calming. Pisces moon, so that's why I cry. I cry because I carry the evolution of all the signs in my feelings. And because so many don't cry, or they cry about the same thing, I consciously transmute lots of tears. It comes from pain. The only way for the world to be kinder is for you to be kind. The only way for the world to grow in love is for you to grow in love. It's the only way. Be the change you want to see in this world. It's the only way.